Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone. I'm Ega, a student of Islamic State University Bandung at the postgraduate program of the English Education Department or TBI. Today I'd like to share what is the Pearson correlations in quantitative research methodology. And this video is to fulfill the final test of quantitative research methodology, which is taught by Muhammad Aminuddin PhD. In this video, I want to share not only what the Pearson correlation is, but also how to interpret the Pearson correlations and the tutorial of doing this analysis with SPSS. And by the way, I used SPSS version 26. So here we go. Firstly, what is the Pearson correlations? In the basic concept of correlations analysis, the correlation test aims to determine the level of relationship between variables expressed by the correlation coefficients, or R. The correlation test is carried out to determine whether variable X is related to variable Y, and the type of relationship between variables X and Y can be positive and negative. If it's positive, that is the higher the X variable, the higher the Y variable, and vice versa. Then, let's practicing how to analyze the data using SPSS. I would like to analyze the data that carried out from my research. It's about implementation of discovery learning to improve students' reading comprehension skill at junior high school. The finding that is carried out from the pre-test and the post-test of the students. The correlations value between two variables are comparing process skills, or X, and learning result, or Y. The data of the students' pre-test and post-test result were then arranged in the form of frequencies and percentages through the criteria score. So the following is the sample of the data. Anyway, before that, as we discussed in the data requirement, that the data must be normally distributed. So please make sure that your data is normally distributed. Then we can continue to analyze the Pearson correlation. So check it out. At SPSS, click the variable view first. In the column of the name, please write learning result and the learning process. In the column of decimals, please change into 0. In the column of the label, please write the learning result and the learning process. And then in the column of the measure, please change into scale and nominal. And for other columns, please leave to default. Let's continue to click the data view and then input all of the data of the process, and then the data of the result. In the SPSS menu, click Analyze, and then Correlates, and then Bivariates. After that, Bivariate dialog box appears, entering the learning process and result variable into the variable list box. And then in the correlation coefficients section, select Pearson and click to tilt in the test of significance, and finally click OK. While interpretations of Pearson bivariate correlations analysis, thus on the table, it will be concluded at two best interpretations. First, based on significance value seek to tilt, it's known 0.000, and that is smaller than 0.05, which means there is a significant correlation between the learning process and the learning results. And the second one is based on the calculated R value Pearson correlations. It's known that 0.831, and that is bigger than our table, 0.444, it can be concluded that there is a correlation between the learning process and the learning results. And the formula for calculating the value of the R product moment table is to look at the value of n in the distributions of the R value. Because n, or the number of samples used in this analysis, is 20 students with a significance of 5%, so the value of R table is 0.444 as in the R table. Well, that's all my explanations and tutorials of analyzing Pearson correlations, and hopefully it will be useful for us. If you have some questions, feel free to type below. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.